Today on the list, blend up some seasonal smoothies to stay strong this winter and see how space has become an eternal resting place. Plus,
I assume you don't have a key on this.
You assume correctly.
Sylvester Stallone is killing it in the role he's waited his entire career to play.
Is this a one-off or one of many?
Too soon to tell.
But up first, use sound to help decorate your home for the holidays. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey guys, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes. And KG, in the month ahead, a lot of people have put out traditional decoration they've been using year after year to celebrate.
Yes, but how about we change things up and deck the halls differently by engaging all of the senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch.
Leave a lasting impression by turning holiday decor into a full-on sensory experience. That's our featured story at the top of the list.
This holiday season, get the most out of your home by incorporating decor that arouses your senses.
Evoking more than just what the eye sees, enhancing the experience will make your decor go further.
Christina Pernfors, an image and interior stylist, shares her tips on how to use your sensory functions to experience more with holiday decor. Let's start with sight.
My recommendation is to work around a theme. It could be, for instance, a color theme.
Bonus, she says this can help you keep from overspending on other shiny objects that don't fit your theme.
I have a gold, white, and silver theme. I have it on the wreath, the first thing people see when they come to my door, and that's an easy way to then tie around the entire house.
Next, touch.
By using texture, you will create some softer surfaces and dimension.
Add dimension to flat surfaces to make them more inviting.
You can do textures in pillows, anything like that that really looks cozy, invites touching, but also invites sitting down.
She says to take this texture and sprinkle it around your home.
You can have them on the tree, somewhere else in the house, but it really adds so much more than just a regular flat pillow.
When people walk in, dazzle them with the smell.
Anyone who's been to a boutique hotel or any upscale hotel, they have their signature scents.
So pick one for your home.
By adding some holiday scented candles or essential oils and diffusers, you can really evoke that holiday spirit.
But you don't want to overwhelm people, so use it sparingly.
You don't want to have a lot of competing scents, so don't buy all the scents. Just try to stick to one or two that you really like.
And don't forget to bring the holiday cheer with sound.
Those stations where they keep playing the same holiday tunes over and over, and we're sick and tired of them before December starts.
Use your favorite music streaming app to create a fun, fresh holiday playlist.
Try to get a holiday-themed playlist where you get a lot of different type of holiday music and you find some new favorites maybe.
Last but certainly not least is taste.
Research have shown that our perception of food is affected by the environment we consume the food in.
Go the extra mile and match the color and shape of holiday treats to your overall theme.
If my theme is white, gold, and silver, I can have cookies with golden sprinkles or silver sprinkles or white icing. All of that just to enhance the overall experience.
Making the holidays a feast for the senses is at the top of the list.
If you're looking to honor a loved one in a way that's literally out of this world, well, you may want to think about launching their ashes into space. Yeah, well, it sounds a little extravagant. It's becoming more popular and more doable.
3, 2, 1, fire.
Memorial space flights are launching people's ashes into outer space. Astronaut Dr. Philip Chapman is one of them. A Houston-based company called Celestis came up with the concept. We met with Dr. Chapman's wife, Maria, at her home in Scottsdale, Arizona, to see why she wants to remember him this way. She says it started with his dream.
So when he was 12, he decided that's what he was going to do. He was going to go into space. And he focused his whole life on that.
Dr. Chapman grew up in Australia, but eventually moved to America so he could become an astronaut.
The only space program there was in America. So he said, bye everybody, I'm going to America.
He got his dream job at NASA and was heavily involved in the space race. But after Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, Chapman later realized he wouldn't get a shot at it.
After the moonwalk in 1969, everybody lost interest. Okay, we've done that, we've beat the Russians. So the younger astronauts, like Phil, knew that there were no more rides. There was no more money.
So when he died at 86, his family discovered memorial space flights and found out they could make his dream a reality.
Phil's son found this company called Celestis, and its work is to take cremated remains and launch them into space. They offer many different kinds of rides. Phil will get 2.
That's right, Dr. Chapman's ashes are going up twice. This week on a first flight,
it'll go straight up 120 miles, which is high enough up to be weightless, and then it'll come back down. And they will retrieve the payload, and I'll get them back. So that's the good part.
Maria will keep those ashes as a memento, but then more of his ashes will launch sometime next year.
The space capsule, which contains his and many other people's ashes, will go beyond the Earth-Moon gravitational orbit, long, long orbit that will eventually orbit around the sun for as long as the sun lasts.
This will be the first time human remains will spend eternity in deep space. Famous names will be on that flight, like the creator of the TV show Star Trek.
For sure, Gene Roddenberry and his wife Marjo will be on it.
So will James Doohan and Nichelle Nichols, who starred in the TV show. If you want to remember your loved one with a memorial space flight, they range from $2,500 to more than $12,000. Log on to thelisttv.com for more info. Remembering our loved ones in a way that's out of this world.
Sorry to say, sniffle season is here. So to get our immune systems working at maximum capacity, we're turning to Mother Nature. Jackie Denker got advice from former NFL quarterback Tim Tebow on the revitalizing juices he relies on to keep him in shape all year long.
We are what we eat or drink. Take it from two-time national champion, Heisman Trophy winner, and first-round NFL draft pick, Tim Tebow.
What we put in our body is either giving life or it's taking life. It's either going to make us feel better or it's going to make us feel worse.
Tebow is a national brand ambassador for Clean Juice, where we went to learn how to make some of his faves.
Whoa! These are all Tim Tebow favorites, but the good thing is they're my favorites too.
There we go. Santan Valley Mall's Clean Juice owner, Darren Skorecki, is showing us how it's done. Starting with the double one, also known as...
I think it's just called the Tebow one.
Tebow recommends grabbing one of these protein-packed drinks.
We always start smoothies off with an almond milk, so it kind of creates the base of the smoothie, and that's where you're getting some protein.
Some almond butter, spinach.
An anti-inflammatory. Spinach is one of the best foods that you can consume. So
that's what Popeye says, right?
I agree with Popeye, yeah.
Okay.
Kale.
It's high in vitamin K, which builds stronger immune systems and muscles. Yep.
Add some frozen bananas, hemp protein powder.
And we top it all off with some maple syrup.
Woo!
Yep, it's a good natural sweetener.
Mix them all in.
So we'll cover up all the greens. We won't even know there's greens in there.
Toss in ice, blend, and voila.
Those bananas really give it like that good flavor.
Next up, the heart healthy one.
It could be a meal replacement, something that can still give you energy throughout the day.
We're starting off with frozen avocado.
Cinnamon, we've got salt.
Why are we doing salt?
So some minerals in there that's healthy for your body and just a little bit of taste to, brighten it up.
Maple syrup.
Almond butter and almond milk.
Start with the almond milk and ice, then toss everything else in.
This looks really good.
Blend and enjoy.
That's so good. It's really, really good, and I love the cinnamon in that.
Finally, we're making green juice, which you'll need a juicer for.
You got to have your greens throughout the day, and so I love this green one.
These ingredients look so fresh.
So we've got spinach, kale, celery, cucumber, ginger over here, and then we top it off with the only really non-green thing, lemon.
So this could be like a cleanse situation.
100%. Let's juice it.
We're getting juiced. Grab your juicer and go to town.
There you go, you got it. Green goodness right there.
And then get your detox on.
Okay, it's time to taste the fruits or veggies of our labor. I mean, it is healthy. I feel like I am drinking healthy juice.
That's the benefit of it. You know you're drinking the best thing you can drink right now.
Getting the squeeze on juice from Tim Tebow.
Still to come on the list, burn off calories by sitting still and staying warm.
It relaxes you so much that you are able to sleep better.
And
What crew runs this neighborhood?
No crew up in here, we're in the middle of nowhere.
how Sylvester Stallone landed the role he's always wanted.
You say gangster, I've been wanting to do this my whole life.
All that and more ahead on the list.
Welcome back, friends. You know, there is a new trend that seems to be popping up everywhere, right? Getting fit with infrared saunas.
Now it sounds a bit exotic and maybe even a little bit out there, but people who've done it seem happy with the results.
Yeah, so let's learn more. Hattie D. Jamal is turning up the heat with the benefits of infrared saunas.
Infrared saunas promise to help your health by using visible and non-visible light.
This is something that can benefit anyone of any age.
To shine light on this hot trend, we met up with Maureen Zeppa, owner of Perspire Sauna in Paradise Valley, Arizona. Let's begin with the history.
It was actually discovered in the 1800s, but it really didn't become prominent until the 1980s when NASA began to use this technology to try to grow potatoes on the space shuttle.
Really? New meaning to hot potato.
Exactly. And what they discovered was as the astronauts had their hands in the infrared and in the potatoes, they discovered that it was healing infection and wounds on their hands. And so there are healing properties that were discovered, and it took infrared light in a whole new direction.
Next, even though they may seem the same, there are distinct differences between saunas and infrared saunas.
The way that they've done sauna historically is heating the air around you.
So typically in a normal sauna, I probably tap out around 10, 12 minutes. What's the recommended time in here?
We offer 40-minute sessions, and we find that most of our members do full 40 minutes.
Maureen says one of the reasons you can stand the heat longer in an infrared sauna is the temperature doesn't go as high as a typical sauna.
When you're in an infrared sauna, those infrared light waves, they're going to heat your core body temperature up 3 degrees, creating the sweat response, which is very detoxifying.
But don't worry, Maureen says it's not too hot.
What we hear from people who use traditional saunas is it's very stifling, kind of hard to breathe, right? And I think that's a common response. This isn't like that. You're going to get warm, but you don't have that same stifling response.
Which leads us to the health benefits.
It eases pain, decreases inflammation. So professional athletes use this as a part of their regular wellness routine. It creates a false fever in your body, which amplifies your immune response and fights infection.
Plus, Maureen says it's a bit of a workout.
While you're sitting here for your 40-minute session, you're going to burn 200 to 400 calories.
Infrared saunas may even help you get more Z's.
It does so many good things for your body to just bring it to a level that is very relaxing. We see people after they've had a session, and we call it that post-sauna brain fog, and that's exactly what it does. It relaxes you so much that you are able to sleep better.
And infrared saunas may help your skin by
reducing wrinkles, tone and elasticity, texture.
So it's like a fountain of youth or sauna of youth in a way.
Oh, maybe.
Infrared saunas bringing a rainbow of benefits.
Whether it's a pet or a person, being separated from a loved one is a terrible feeling. On the other hand, being reunited is incredibly gratifying. Teresa Strasser's here to share a few remarkable reunions. Teresa.
Thank you. These stories show that reunions can happen anytime. Coming in at number 1, Diane Slingluff and her cat Mojo.
Here's the cat of the hour.
Diane had stopped on the way home from a road trip when Mojo jumped out of the car window.
I stayed there at the gas station and all around there for a couple of hours. Then I went and got a motel.
But 20 months later, she received a stunning call.
Do you own a cat named Mojo? Yes, I do. Oh, well, I used to. And she said, well, we got her.
Diane was thrilled to bring Mojo back home.
We went and laid on the bed and snuggled. She hopped right up and bared her belly, and said I'm home.
At number 2, Natalie Young and Sergeant Jeff Valdivia, who she first encountered when she was just a baby.
My mom came up to me and she sat me down. She was like, I found the officer that saved your life. And my face, I literally was like...
And 22 years later, they were reunited at her graduation.
Just being invited to her graduation was a huge honor, but being asked to pin her badge on was definitely a career highlight for me.
Her motivation to pursue a career in law enforcement comes from Sergeant Valdivia, so this reunion was extra special for her.
The whole time I was holding back tears at graduation and I couldn't stop smiling, my cheeks were hurting.
Amazing moment. And last on our remarkable reunions list, Judy Kula and her 13-year-old Schnauzer mix, Jasper.
One of us went one direction, one went the other direction, and we just kept calling him.
Last December, Jasper escaped his home after finding a small crack in the backyard and left Judy heartbroken.
I'm sure I spooked every black cat thinking it was him.
She alerted animal shelters, posted on social media groups, and even put up flyers for his return. Then finally, after 10 long months,
she opened up the door and here's this dog that is 3 times the size of normal with all this hair. And I lifted up the hair by his eyes and it was like, oh my God, Jasper.
Now, after a serious haircut, Jasper is back and enjoying life with his family. Adorable. And those were some incredible reunions that we just had to share. Lots more to come on the list. Stay right here.
We're back, and on today's watch list, if you thought the guy who created Yellowstone was gonna rest on his laurels, well, guess again. He's teamed up with the creator of The Sopranos on a new show with Sylvester Stallone. The former Rocky star and his crew are here to tell us about Tulsa King.
I want you to go to Tulsa. You serious?
The new show Tulsa King stars Sylvester Stallone as a mobster setting up shop in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I'm gonna own this city.
The cast and crew told us why it's a must-watch.
It's a different spin, different interpretation of a subject we've seen before.
The gangster being sent from New York to Middle America to establish the mob's influence in that area. What an absurd comedy of errors that would be.
What crew runs this neighborhood?
No crew up in here, we're in the middle of nowhere.
New York mobster comes to, innocent Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think that's where a lot of the humor comes from.
It's exciting, it's new, and it's fresh.
It hits the entire spectrum of entertainment.
Mob drama, but it's also fish out of water.
Hilarity will ensue.
I'll protect you from the gangs.
What gangs?
I'm trying to actually bring this character as close as I can to my sense of humor. He's kind of like off kilter. He's like your weird uncle. So that to me provides a portal to comedy, no question.
Any flammable liquids or firearms?
In the box? Nah.
Responsible for this unique story, a couple of Hollywood heavyweights.
Man, you got the creator of Yellowstone, the creator of Sopranos, Boardwalk Empire, them by the names of Taylor Sheridan, Terrence Winter.
I assume you don't have Keontae.
You assume correctly. I actually wanted to work with Sylvester Stallone for a while.
I get a phone call like, hey, remember me? Slightly, yeah, how you doing? You want to play a gangster? I said, go no further. What, you want to hear the rest of the story? I don't even care. You say gangster, I've been wanting to do this my whole life. Wake me up later on tonight. Bang, seriously. That's how it started. If you work for me, we'll be making money hand over fist.
On screen, Sylvester Stallone brings the show to life.
His voice and his mannerisms are so ingrained. He's so iconic.
The great thing about Sly is he wears a lot of different hats. He's an actor, obviously. He's also a writer, a director. He's really been an incredible collaborator.
The man's work ethic is tremendous.
I had to learn about 410 pages of dialogue because I'm almost at every scene.
He just takes it up one more notch that you didn't think was possible.
And that's why he is who he is and he's at where he's at.
You're overplaying your hand.
When I play my hand, you won't see it coming.
New episodes air Sundays on Paramount Plus.
Is this a one-off or one of many?
Too soon to tell.
We're putting Tulsa King on your watch list. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for What's Last on our list. Now, this time of year might not be high season when it comes to visiting national parks, but this article caught my eye from the Washington Post. Please stop licking psychedelic toads, National Park Service warns. What?
Well, look at the guy. Who wouldn't want to give a big, sloppy smooch? But actually, Mr. Warts here, also known as the Colorado River Toad, sweats psychedelic juices. So people, according to the article, are licking the toad, hoping to get a high.
Friends, don't lick toads unless you're confident there is a prince hiding in there somewhere. Okay, what else shouldn't you do when you go to national parks? Well, there's an entire list, also from the Washington Post. 8 ways to be the absolute worst national park visitor.
And KG, as if licking toads wasn't bad enough, things you also shouldn't do. Let's say chuck golf balls into the Grand Canyon, or anything else for that matter. It's dangerous. One TikToker did it, and now she is in deep trouble.
Yeah, also, don't take pictures too close to wildlife. I mean, is that picture worth it if you can't post it because a bear ate you? Yeah, I don't think so.
They ask you also, don't leave a mark. Don't write something like Jimmy Rocks on a rock. And speaking of rocks, don't take them or any park souvenir that you didn't pay for at an actual, souvenir shop.
Friends, this is common sense stuff. Think of the national parks as your mother's house. Mother Nature's house, if you will. Wipe your feet before you walk in, say your please and thank yous, and leave it better than you found it.
Amen to that. And that's what's last on our list. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tomorrow on the list, you don't have to be fancy to enjoy flamenco fitness.
It's about expressing how you feel through your body, through these movements.
And it's all about timing, what to buy and when in December.
They start slashing the price on all that inventory.
Plus, how the humble tortilla changed the history of food.
When you smell like a freshly made batch of corn tortillas, or smelling how it's so rooted to gods and goddesses.
That's tomorrow here on The List.